You don't know what's gonna happen once you get on that stage, but you know all of the things that you've done to get on that stage. Flor de Nopal, which means cactus flower, is an electronic synth dark wave music project that consists of me and about 5 machines that I communicate with. Open the door, I see you and I wait for you now, baby, I'll wait for you now, baby. These lyrics are like so emo, but the beat is like going and people just want to dance, and like that's literally like how I feel in life, right? And so I think it's just so special to be able to like have that combination of 2 elements that seem contradictory, you know, or they're like opposites, but really they're part of the whole.
Thank you. Happy on Valentine's Day. My name is Flor de Nopal. I'm super excited to play for you all tonight. Glad you're enjoying it.
What's with this haircut, though?
But that's what I was talking about, precisely.
Oh, mom and her little mushroom cut.
And look at this heavily. Oh my God, I am clearly so upset here. Do you see this?
That is the same face you make now when you're upset. It's exactly the same. That's how our family's always been. We talk a lot of crap, but it's all like constructive criticism is what we like to call it. You know, it's never too mean. I remember how much you hated these photos growing up. They made you so upset.
I hated the photos, but I loved this suit because...
I think the costume was awesome.
Well, also this was like, I got to be a boy in this. I like, little boys were in the court.
Oh, it's true.
Yeah, and so they dressed me up as a little boy.
You always looked forward to that outfit.
Yeah. It's true. I mean, I've always loved to sing, and my dad's an opera singer, so he always taught us how to sing and stuff, and there was always music playing in the house.
Always kept us really entertained when it came to being in music. Like, Bea would sing and do the cello, and then I would do the viola, or tried. But Bea always had like a really natural talent to music, something that I've always known that I didn't have. They just would pick something up and make something out of it.
The end of middle school was when I started to get like super serious with the cello. When I started at ASU, I started as a music performance student. And I was playing and practicing probably 6-7 hours a day. While I loved it, I felt so detached from all of these other really important things to me. So I ended up switching my major and studying something completely different. And so I just kind of took a break. And that's when electronic music kind of like really came to be. So I identify as trans, like non-binary. When I moved back to Tucson 3 years ago, the main reason, even though I didn't tell anyone, the main reason I moved back was because I really wanted to have my top surgery. And my parents live here, my sister lives here, and I have like longtime friends here, and so I knew that if I was gonna go through that process, that I needed to have support. Flor de Nopal as a project really aligns to like the progression and the development and the acceptance of my trans identity in a lot of ways. Call on me tonight to make you feel well, make you feel well. I started to think about how challenging the desert is, but also like how rewarding the desert is. Like the cactus flower, right? Like they're so bright, they're so full of energy, and they are literally like in the middle of all these thorns, right? And that's kind of like how I thought about this experience of moving back and getting top surgery. It was like, this really beautiful thing is about to happen. And I'm like ready for that bloom to open up, but it's also really tough, right? There's a lot of like literal spines all around the situation. Maybe a year after I chose that name for my project, I also learned that cactus flowers are actually like, they're like non-binary, they're intersex. All cactus flowers have both female and male parts. Being able to walk in my truth, as challenging as that can really be on a literal day-to-day, is the only way that I'm gonna be able to like live my life fully. One of the things I fundamentally believe is that people don't often want to be at the front wheel of their lives. If you have reached a space where you call yourself trans, you have done a lot of that ego death, reflective, deconstructive work and decided to like take your life into your own hands, and that makes us really special.
Pasado, presente, futuro se siente. Thank you.